President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. has raised the issue of the maritime dispute over the South China Sea at the 17th East Asia Summit. Denisa Fernandez fills us in with the details. Denisa?
The South China Sea can be a nexus of vibrant economic engagements and interactions if nations will work together to ensure that the disputed territory remains a sea of peace, security, stability, and prosperity. President Ferdinand Bongbong Marcos Jr. said. The president made this call anew on Sunday in his speech at the 17th East Asia Summit, a regional forum of 18 countries. It was the second time throughout the course of the summit in Phnom Penh, Cambodia by the Association of Southeast Asian Nations or ASEAN that Marcos raised the issue of the maritime dispute over the South China Sea. Marcos stressed that the Philippines considers maritime cooperation as a key priority in bilateral and multilateral cooperation and engagements, specifically in the South China Sea. He said, and we quote, with the United Nations Convention on the Law of the Sea and international law as our basis, the South China Sea will be a nexus of vibrant economic engagements and interactions, not an epicenter of armed conflict or geopolitical maneuverings. End quote. Marcos first brought up the territorial conflict last Friday during the 25th ASEAN China Summit, where he pushed for the early conclusion of the Code of Conduct in the South China Sea, as this would be an example of how states manage their differences. He had earlier lamented the slow progress in completing the Code of Conduct between ASEAN and Beijing. A day after, he pushed for the completion of the Code of Conduct. Amid the maritime dispute, Chinese Premier Li Keqiang said his country would work closely with nations in the regional bloc to ensure peace and stability on the basis of mutual respect for international law. In the meantime, the president said he is deciding whether or not to attend the World Economic Forum or WEF in Davos, Switzerland in January 2023, considering the several state visits he has committed to. In an interview with reporters before leaving Cambodia on Sunday, Marcos confirmed that WEF Executive Chairman Klaus Schwab sent him an invitation. Marcos, however, said that he may be traveling too much already since he would also be away early January for the state visit to China. Marcos also said that aside from China, he has accepted several state visits, including those from ASEAN countries, whose leaders he got the chance to meet during the recently concluded summit in Cambodia.
Thanks, Denisa. That's Denisa Fernandez.